21 for me, and welcome to the Immersive Minds live stream. I'm just going to switch my chat on. And my fancy lights. I like my lights. Let's see who joins us today. It's Sunday. I hope everyone who does join is safe and well, both physically and mentally. I was talking to somebody this morning about this crisis and the idea that at the end of this, when this is all done, there's going to be a huge pressure on society to deal with the PTSD. People are living in fear right now, and it's not being dealt with. People are going to lose loved ones at this time and not be allowed to be with them at funerals or in their dying moments and stuff. And the PTSD that will come with that, the trauma that comes from an event like this, even from the fear of the conspiracy theories about 5G or whatever it is, this is going to hit people hard mentally when this is all over. There's going to, even if you just take things like OCD, there's going to be a huge issue with those who have it and those who develop it because of this. And so we have to address, as a society and to each other and as a community, including this one, we have to address the idea that some people watching might be frightened right now, or might be worried or depressed or whatever. And so, as a community, we're here for you. And hopefully this little, I do lots of other bits and pieces, but hopefully this is something for you. So stick with us. It's worse than the earthquakes we had in New Zealand, right? It is. This is the thing. And with that comes trauma that nobody's talking about just now. Everybody's like, we've got to stay indoors and wash our hands. Give it 6 months and washing our hands will be the least of our worries. I want everything to everybody's going to be fine and we're all going to play our part in society and make sure that that's the case. But really, the truth is, the trauma, the mental problems that are going to come from this are just insane to think about. Right. And so we're back in MCEdit and we're looking at renewable energies. Something else that's under threat, incidentally. That's really important, because I think, and I might be wrong, but I read a thing recently that, in order for us to be able to kickstart the economy again, politicians have an opportunity now to just revert back to the Industrial Revolution technologies, to say, you know what, we've had 6 months out, our economy is in ruins, we need manufacturing back on, we need, delivery systems back on, our transport systems need to be back up. Open the oil fields, open the coal mines, let's just get this done. And we stand on a threshold of getting it very, very wrong after we go back. And I think as a society, we all have to be mindful of that. I think it's really, really important that we're mindful of that. And so let's look at, let's stay on the subject of renewables. Let's look at what happens when this is over. And, it's like, well, how can we help our kids to understand how the world might change? I might be wrong. They might say, you know what, if nothing else, this was a chance to show that we don't need our cars. My car's sat now for 21 days. I haven't spent any money on petrol. My mileage isn't going up. So it's great when I look at my car and I'm like, oh, it's still got 5,000 miles on it. That's awesome. Whereas in a month, 21 days, I could cover a lot of miles in 21 days in my work and my personal life. So even that, and that's just me. There are how many cars? There's millions and millions and millions of cars on the road, and so that's just one statistic. So the world needs, the changes are going to be massive. but let's focus let's continue with what we're focused on. So I did a couple of fixes yesterday. You'll notice that I fixed the river a little. When we go into Minecraft, you'll see what that looks like. I did a waterfall that leads all the way down to this body. It didn't make sense to have a body of water out down there and not really take the opportunity to decorate it and make a little waterfall. And what else have we got? We've got, oh, I fixed this. So I filled this with water and I fixed the fish ladder for the ecology lessons. And I think that's all I did. Just a couple of bits and bobs. Otherwise, we are back to, and what I'm going to do is I just want to take this row and we're back to just doing a bit of terraforming, and we're almost there. We're almost done. Not that one, it needs to be at the top. So we're going to pull this up to there, and we're just going to do change, and we're going to replace dirt with stone. And that's just going to give us a nice sort of stone edge at the back there. I can fix a couple of, why don't we do the same here? Oops, didn't mean that, but that's okay. We'll just push that back and then go down from the bottom. There we go. That didn't go all the way down, look at that. The amazing illusion of MCEdit. I've noticed that with MCEdit. Sometimes it's so hard to tell where something is. There we go. Let's just do the filter again and do change, replace. You're most welcome. I'm glad this is helping. I don't have a huge amount of time to give, but you know, I'm working constantly at the moment. But I think this is important. I think building community around this is important. Yes, hi. No Science Teach, we have started already, but only just. We start at 12 o'clock every day, so only just. And what we're doing is we're using MCEdit to create a world, a renewable energy world, as you can see. So don't worry too much about whether or not we've started already. We're actually just doing a lot of kind of talking and thinking. This is a thinking through together lesson. So we're really just sort of finding little things and saying, how do I fix that? How would I move that? What would I do with that? So for this one, for example, I've noticed that the glass actually sits one block out. You can see the glass sticking out here. And I don't want that. So all I'm really going to do is I'm just going to nudge that. And so you can nudge it live. Previous to this, I've showed you that you would hold nudge, and then you would copy and paste, then nudge. So I'll show you Control C and Control V, and then we end up with a bit. And then we would just hold nudge, and we could nudge this block by block and discover where to put it. But I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to nudge live. So while it's in there, I'm going to hold nudge and I'm going to do that. And what that's done is it's literally moved the live map. BST, British summertime is maybe what you're looking at. But we are on British time, which is now 12:15. But technically we sprung forward for spring, so that technically now starts to get called is it BST, British summertime? So my apologies. I now need to start talking about BST. So yeah, I did the waterfall. I'll show you. That looks really good when I'm in. The other thing I noticed was that underneath the ground, I've fixed the river, but underneath the water, it's still green grass. And that's not right. You wouldn't have green grass under the water. You see that? It kind of gets to here and it becomes green grass. So what I'm going to do is, green grass. Is that not a character from a British television programme? Green grass. I seem to remember an old man called Greengrass. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go out to here and I'm going to say replace grass. Oops, I didn't mean that. Did I fill? I don't think I did. Replace grass with Yeah, I'm just going to do stone. Give the river a stone bed. There we are. And then what I'll do is I'll just add a bit of stone along there, for example, along that side to match it. In fact, I can do that. Have I already done that? Oh no, I need to do that because it's dirt and I was only replacing grass. But there we are. Anything that was grass is now stone underneath the water. So that's quite nice. I mean, it's not, to be honest with you, it's not actually that important. I think I'll do the same down here as well. So let's deselect that and let's just take the bottom of the water and we'll stretch it out a bit and we'll stretch it out here. So this is a program called MCEdit for anyone that's joined me and thought, hang on, this looks like Minecraft, but it isn't. This is a program called MCEdit which helps you to make really nice quick build models. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it right up to the, where are we? I want to muck around with biomes as well. Biomes make a big difference in MCEdit. Well, biomes make a big, there we are, look, that'll do, up to there. And then I'm going to say replace dirt with stone. Here we are, replace. Biomes make a big difference when you're setting biomes. It makes a massive difference to understand how biomes work in relation to water. So for example, this water here is bland, there's nothing under it, and it's a certain colour as well. But if I go, let's just select the whole lot. Let's just select the whole thing, including this. Well, let's not do the seawater because I want that to be slightly different. Let's choose any water that's fresh here. Yep. And then there's other ways of doing it. Let me go into map view and see what that looks like here. Look at that, that's lovely. That's the map, which is great. I haven't had a chance to read the blog post that you made, Barry, but I will check it out. I was getting ready to come on the stream and I saw it, so I will check it out. Thanks so much for doing that. I'm just really glad that you're enjoying what you're getting. Let's go back to camera view. Let's go into filter. Oh, I didn't select again. It's taken my selection away. Let's do that. There we are. And then go to filter. And I think in here there was a biome. Where did I see it? Somewhere in here there was a biome changer. Let's have a look for it. Set biome. And then you'll see there that you get all the different types of biomes. Now, if I just have an ocean biome, it means, well, for example, if I do plains biome, and I'm just going to test this, let's just do plains biome, and it changes that whole biome to plains. In fact, yeah, let's try this. Then I'm going to do menu, save. This is going to be a pain because we're going to have to do this in and out of Minecraft Education Edition, but we're going to save and then we're going to quit. Now that's the plains biome. Let's see what happens to the water when we go in. Where are we? Right. Play. Okay, let's check out what this looks like. So we've set the whole thing except the sea as an ocean biome. And what that does is that gives us at the moment, now let me just see if, show, allow mobs. Let's just allow for mobs and see if anything happens in a plains biome. So nothing yet. Oops, yeah, and then we'll look at it from above. And it doesn't really look any different from the sea, right? That's the same colour of water, I would say. You just need to check this is working as well. I'm not sure it's working. Actually, am I right in saying that that's lighter water? No, it can't be. That's the type of water we were looking for. So let's save and exit that and go back in and try a different biome. Oh, actually, the other thing I want to try, let me just put on rain. And again, I don't know if this works. It does look cloudier, right? It's definitely cloudier. Cloudier Winkleman. I don't know why that came into my head. Anyway, it does look cloudier. You're absolutely right. It looks nicer down here as well. Anyway, what I want to do is I also want to do weather. Sorry, let's do / weather rain. And it's going to rain, right? Let's save and quit that. And do close. This is a pain, but we have to do this. I hope one day they find a way of doing it so that it doesn't require that. CBU is the one. There we go. And then we're going to take the same, let's just take the corner of this box and go all the way over to the top corner of, well actually let's just go to the edge. And then do filter dark forest. Well, actually, the one I want to do is I want to take, I actually want to go for swamp, because swamp is what changes the water significantly. Set biome. And let's go for swampland. Let's see if that works. So now we're going to go menu, save. I hope this doesn't do any lasting damage to the world. But what we should now see is a significant change of the colour of that water. Dark forest. What would that do, Jake? What does dark forest look like in terms of like a significant difference? There we are. So suddenly we've got this horrible, even if we switch the weather clear, suddenly we've got this murky, horrible, Scottish looking landscape. Look at that, compared to if we hover up, and you can see where the line is. If we hover up now and we see the water difference. So we can actually set biomes, which is really helpful. Because remember, we know that certain things spawn in biomes. So if we do jungle, we know we'll get ocelots. I mean, we don't want jungle in here. But if we do jungle, we know we'll get ocelots or parrots. Whereas if we do ocean biome, we know that if we make this a warm ocean biome, we'll get things like dolphins and turtles. Whereas if we do this as freshwater, we'll get cod. Tropical fish, cod. That makes sense, right? And so we need to start, we need to think about that. Jake says it's natural and nice and more cheerful. Well, let me show you a little something. What I'd like to do is, let's just save and quit this, because I definitely don't want swampland. Swampland looks awful. So let's close that down. Go back to MCEdit. Back into CBU. And then first things first, I'm just going to change it away from swampland, all of it. That's really important. But seriously, that's a fantastic tool. So for example, I have a map which I'm going to show you shortly, which is a secret map that you're not supposed to see yet. And I'm just going to do, but I'm going to show you why it's important that this has what it has in it. So we're going to do filter, we're going to do set biome, and I just want this to be, let's go for plains first. And then what we'll do is we'll take, oh, that's because that's there, right? We'll take this and we'll strip this back to the very edge. Here we are. And then strip this back to maybe like the cliff face there and the beach. Let's just make sure that we don't necessarily catch. In fact, no, I think that'd be quite nice if we did that. If we take this back to maybe there as a little blend and over there. Okay, so let's do set biome. And then we'll do, we don't want a frozen ocean or a frozen river. We want a, we also don't want, I mean, it depends where this is going to be. I don't necessarily need it to be the Caribbean either. So let's just give it deep ocean. Filter. There we go, that'll do. So we'll give it deep ocean. And then what I think we should do is we should just choose, so for example, we should choose like this little plateau of land here down to say there. Maybe this little plateau minus that. Let's get it into the flat bit there. Could be a different biome, and it just means we're going to have like a different type of grass or whatever. I must find out why that is, why that's not working. I get a little error there. Let's go for, where did you say deep forest? What did you say it was? Dark forest. Let's find dark forest. I've got forest. Forest hills could be quite nice. I'm not seeing dark forest. I don't want to put jungle because then we end up with the wrong trees and the wrong plants, although jungle grass is quite nice. And we're going to have, oh no, we need fish in. I was going to say we're going to have mobs switched off, but we're not. Flower forest? Let's try flower forest. See what that looks like. And then what we'll do is we'll set this, excluding the water, to be a little something different. And then I'll show you the mix. Let's go for taiga up there. And we'll do taiga over here as well. Like there. And then over here, down at this bit, I think what I'd like is a bit of swamp. Just a bit swampy down the bottom there. What do you think? Whoops, I didn't mean that. Swampland filter. Let's do another little bit like there. Maybe just in the edge of the water. Filter. Okay, let's save that. Menu, save. So we've basically done like 4 different types of biome, and we can see what that looks like. Let's quit. Log back in. Oops, wrong one. Once I'm in, I want to show you another world that does matter in regards to what it is I set as a biome. I mean, this one we're just mucking around, but the biomes really matter in certain maps. So let's have a look and see. Oh, yeah, look, that's bright and green, and then it comes up to a normal, and over there is this, you see this patch, it's a bit too square for my liking, so I'll sort of merge it out a bit, but you can see there that there's a different green here and here, and then down there is a bit of swampland, which looks nice down there. And from above, that just gives you a variation of different types of grass. I quite like that, actually. It's really nice. I can muck around with that more later. Meanwhile, down here, we should have salmon as well. If we'd made that a Caribbean sea, we would have ended up with... Tell me there's fish in the sea. There's not in here. Look at this. Why is there no fish in here? Is that because I didn't set it? Is that because I set it to plains? That's what it is. It thinks even the water is plains. So it's looking to maybe put a sheep in here. If we want fish in here, let's just save. So let me just... And it's not that once they're in the water, they can't swim into the other area. It's just what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually dedicate some of this water to fish. So I'm just going to do that and say here, let's just kind of take up this whole space. It doesn't really matter if it hits the building because it's not, the building's not important as a biome. Filter, set biome, and then we need to make that river. Look at that, filter. And then we'll do the same here. We'll just shrink that in and do the same there and set the biome to river. Now let's see what happens. Okay, file, save, quit. So when I did my biomes post, we weren't doing MCEdit. Now that we're doing both MCEdit and and we've done biomes, we can talk about why this is important. Here we go. Right, there we are. Already we have fish in the dam area. And let's see if we, so there we go, if we swim, there we go. So we've got some salmon. I'm not sure where they would be further down. I don't suppose, I think they spawn at a certain level. We certainly got salmon in there. And none in the river yet, but that's okay. We can fix that later. There we are. Oh, there we are. There they just spawned. So we've got salmon in the river. So that's a really nice exercise actually, in just showing how important it is to get the right biomes for the right places and the right things. So we're almost there in terms of having finished the scenery, and then we can sort of move on thinking about what our... I'm not really keen on this. I think I'll build this up a bit. This is where our... yeah, that hasn't really worked properly. I'm going to have to think about that. Remember, this is where our potion was. Our not potion. What's it called? Cauldron. This is where our cauldron was. There we are. That finishes that wall to the back. Yeah, let's have that there. pier there, so we'll have some stairs coming up eventually to come around the back. These are just little things that don't particularly matter. And I think I'll just get rid of this because there's no need for that now to be a hill up there. We can just flatten this out. Just keeping my finger on the mouse and then just running back and forward. There we are. That'll eventually work out. So again, just manually terraforming. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's absolutely necessary if you want to set the right environment. There we go. Fix that later. We'll have a little lumpy bumpy bit there, little lumpy bumpy bit there. And oops. Oh, what's going on? See what we've done there, just to keep you posted on what we're doing there, is in order for us to have a light inside that pokes down, actually that's there, that sits flush, because we've used slabs for the roof. If we do that again, which would be like that, it pokes up. So all I do is I use the same slabs, one on each side and one on the top, and that just gives me a nice little, doesn't look too offensive. So going back to our aesthetics lessons, we can just do that, and it just kind of adds to the top of the building but actually conceals a light. I think what I'll do is actually we'll just end this here. So let me just get rid of all of this actually. It's funny when I'm terraforming like this, there's sometimes you see something and you think there's no point in that being there. I just get rid of that and see what that looks like. And actually what we end up with is just a better, there we are. That's it. And then we'll just continue this across there. There we are. It kind of feeds that. I'll clean that up a wee bit in a minute, but it just ends that bit and leaves us this for whatever, probably nothing. So I feel like we've done really well. I mean, we still have the sides to decorate. I like that picture, but I kind of want to move that over there. I like those two, but I'm going to maybe replicate them here for wind power or something. We'll see. We'll see. We're certainly going to have our little wave energy piece in there. And I'm actually now wondering, no, the waves would definitely come in that way. So yeah, we should carve a little space out here. And so my next stream, it won't be this one, but on my next stream, I think I'm going to start building the actual, the plants. You know, the renewable energy plant factories and plants. And what I'm thinking is, sorry, I'm just pulling something off my camera there. What I'm thinking is we get some people in to help. I know Jake wants to help, so I could sort of say, Jake, I need you to build this for me, and I need it to look like roughly like this. I'm wondering if Barry wants to help, because I know that, well, Barry, you should be involved. And anyone else that's watching might want to. We should maybe stick to just maybe 2 or 3 initially, me and maybe 2 others, or me and 3 others. And what I can do is I can, if you PM me, I can give you a sign-in for Minecraft Education Edition, and then I'll host the world. And then we can, Jake says yay. Look at that. Barry, come on now. Jake, the school kid's like, yes, And Barry, the teacher's like, oh, hang on a minute. You do fine, Barry. You do fine. This could be your first foray into making a lesson, like properly making a lesson. And then we'll publish it together. And so it's up to you. Don't feel any pressure. I mean, I'm happy. I build on my own generally anyway. But if anybody wants to join me, I'll give you a login and then we'll arrange it for the next stream. Well, we'll get you into Discord ahead of time or something. We don't even need to be in Discord actually. I think the easiest way to do that would be for me to just build and stream as I normally do, but have you guys listening to me and working in the background rather than the stream side. I want to fix this. I want this to be wall. So let's get a wee collection of things we want to do. I want to fix that to wall. I'm going to run this set of stairs. I need to do this manually though, really. So we're just going to do this. It doesn't make sense that now comes down to it did come down to the end of the toy box, but it doesn't in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, there we are. And then we're going to go, what do we got? It just needs to go down to, actually, it needs to go down 1 and then stay level. Yeah, that's it. So it's just going to go down 1 and then it's going to stay level all the way to the end. Yes, Barry, you're going to be one of my engineers. I'm going to put you in charge of I'm going to put you in charge of, I don't know actually, what one do you fancy doing? Biomass, or it's up to you. You tell me what you want to do and we can make you the engineer. I hope I'm not talking to Chuckle Brother Barry. Alright, Barry. Alright, Paul. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll have a, let's just do that there. And then we'll have a set of stairs. Solar, perfect. To you, to me. Perfect, solar it is. So Barry Bagsy's solar. You guys used to do that in school, did you, Bagsy? Like shotgun on a, shotgun in the car? Bagsy. Dibs. Aye, I'm calling dibs on solar. That's what Barry said. Calling dibs on. Actually, I'll put stairs there and I don't need stairs there. It needs to look like that. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. So that's you back up to the top and then you would be up in there. And I don't know. Oh, that was it. I already had one. Such an idiot. Get out of here, sheep. I'm sorry, but I have to because I need you to go. So basically I need to just make this all land again. So that'll be our next stream, which will be this evening if you're up for it. If anybody's up for that, I'll arrange that with you. All I need to do is get you, because I think what we'll do is, like I said, we'll stick to just having, we'll have me doing the stream, and then I'll direct you, if you like, from the stream, just normally like this. So all I need to do is get you the login and we'll do a test. We'll maybe sort of do a quick test beforehand. Do you have Discord just so that we can do the test? What to do is private message me your Discord address. Jake, I know I already have yours. But Barry, if you want to do that, we'll get a wee test with you on Discord. If you don't have it, download it. It's free. Set up an account and I will get you my Discord chat. Again, don't feel pressure if you get to tea time and you think, oh, I'm not doing this. It's absolutely fine. I'm just saying there's a school kid doing it. That's I'm just saying. I'm terrible. That's peer pressure. I should know better. Yeah, just look up Discord chat and you'll get it. It's fantastic. It's really genuinely a brilliant tool. Okay, so now that we've done that a little better, I'm quite happy with that. It kind of leads down the way. I think what I'll also do is let's get an iron fence. I'll maybe give you guys a Discord call about, let's do 5 o'clock just in case there's any technical issues. I'd rather we had time to sort technical issues out with chat, that's all. Sorry, with login, because we're not doing chat. We'll do login. So this afternoon, if you haven't already, check out the solar. Anybody who's watching and wants to see more of what we're talking about and going to be doing this evening, go back to youtube.com/immersive mind. Sorry, let's get this right. youtube.com/c/immersive minds. And what we're going to do is we're going to be building the, look up the solar panel one. Let's look up the biomass one and the wind power one, and you'll see what it is that we're doing tonight. But we're merging them all into one. Here we are. So that's landscaped a little better. I can add some trees and things later. I'm really happy with how this is looking. It's all tucked in nicely, which is nice. Keeping it in this box. I'm going to fix that. We're going to just make that look a little less obvious that it was. I think by that I'll make it around the edges. So let's go in and do that. Let's go save and exit. Let's go back to MCEdit. Let's do quit. What am I doing? I need to quit. Did you hear the cogs winding down there? Clink, 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 clink. That's me. CPU. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm just going to take this and we'll get it over to here maybe. Here. Yeah, let's do that. And say change. Okay. Tiger filter. Let's give it a nice little different colour. Don't want it on the river, you see. So we'll squash it in. Bring it out there a little. Filter. Tiger. Okay, so just changing the biome again. And then back to here. I am going to take this block up to maybe there, and all I'm going to do is a replace. So we're just going to do replace dirt with stone. Replace. Here we are. And then I'll get rid of that manually. I'll go in and fix that manually when we get back. Let's see what Forester does. Let's see if we can take this up to here and then go filter, because I saw one called Forester. Decliff, distort, Forester. Oh, look at this. So it is literally procedurally generated. Would you like roots? No. Tree count. Let's put in 10 trees. Tree height. Let's try that. Oak leaves decay after, yep, grass, plant on grass. Foliage density. Ooh, let's just leave it as it is. Tree thickness, blah, blah, blah. Okay, filter. Exception during filter in C console, pocket level DB world object has no attribute height map at. Maybe that's too high. Let's just bring this down to just tree height 12. Object has no attribute height map. I wonder what that is. I don't know what that is. That's a shame. I thought I could maybe make a forest. I'll play around with this later. No, I thought maybe if I made that higher it would work. Normal. Nah, something to do with the height map at. I've no idea. I'd have to look in the files, see what that does. That's a shame because I could create a forest with that. Ban slimes, always a good thing. I'm going to go and play with more of these later. Sheath, I wonder what that is. Let's try it. Nope, that was smooth 2D. What did this? Sheath. Sheath material cobblestone, base material stone, radius 3. Filter. Oops. We didn't want that. So it's basically created a, I don't know, it's just created a giant, who knows, let's just get rid of that. We don't want that. Oh well, that wasn't very exciting. All right, it's probably extremely useful. Adrian doesn't do anything that's not useful. Hey, do you want to see a really, really cool one though? This is the coolest one ever, right? This one, let me just deselect and then I'll finish the stream here, but this is my favorite one. Filter. So if we take, I'm just going to select the side to side. So we're going to do side to side. And then we're going to do filter. Oh yeah, and I told you I was going to show you that other map. And then I'm going to go into I'll find it. He says, there we are, suspension bridges. So, marker block is a block of quartz. Path block is a block of quartz. Fence block, bricks. Okay, so we need to swap this. So I'm going to say, look for sponge. So this is the marker block, is sponge. And then the path is going to be, let's go for oak wood slab bottom. No, top. We need top. Oak wood slab top. Fence block. We're going to do actual fence. So we'll do oak fence. Railing block. Let's do that as well. Let's just do oak fence because I'm not sure what. Oh, there we go, oak fence. And let's make that one dark oak fence or spruce fence or something like that, just to see what the difference is. And then our anchor block is going to be cobblestone. That's the anchors of the bridge. And then I'm just going to bring this down. And we can't. Right, okay. And then what I'm going to do is, inside this space, I'm going to, let me just come back to that for a second. I want to do that. Hang on, let's just deselect. that, and I'm going to just fill that with sponge. And then on the other side, that definitely worked, did it? Yeah, I think that's a piece of sponge in there. And then over here, I'm going to do a piece of sponge on the very top. No, let me just deselect that there. And we're going to fill that one with a piece of sponge. Oops. Pressed the wrong button. Fill, sponge. Okay. Now go into filter. We're on suspension bridge. So it's basically saying find sponge at both sides, then make a path with spruce fence as a fence block. I'm not sure what was going on with that. Railing block, certainly oak fence, cobblestone as the pillars. Filter. And I think it's going to take its time. Is it working? No, it didn't. Am I going to have to... I think I have to highlight all of this. I might be wrong. I only learned this the other day, but it's my favourite. So I think in that space, look for sponge, join using... Here it goes. Probably made a disaster. Because this will be the first time I've ever done it. But it'll take its time because it does... Oh, there it is, look. And then what it does is it makes an Indiana Jones suspension bridge from one side to the other. Oh, I see. It's the railings. That's what it did. How awesome is that? Suspension bridges. That's amazing, right? It works out that you gave it a piece of sponge and a piece of sponge, and then you give it the... And you can sort the tension and stuff like that, and then it gives you suspension bridges. I love that. I think that's one of the coolest things. Oh no! What's his name? Shakti Da is on that side, so I have to go. That's pretty cool, right? Let's see what it looks like in Minecraft. Because I could always get rid of it manually when I get back. Shall we do that? Let's just file save. I just saved. Adam Clark showed me. Adam Clark, room 117. He used it for another map that we were working on, and we've... where are we? What am I doing? I need to go from there to... Oh yeah, Minecraft Education Edition. I get confused. Right, here we go. Yeah, do that. Room 117... sorry, Barry, room 117 is asking if you would share the blog post in chat, please. Because that'd be fab. So let's see what this now looks like with a big suspension bridge along the top of it. Oh, look at that! And it's completed as well. That is fantastic. What do you think? Not that we need it. I mean, we don't... Look at that. So now, you know what we're going to have to do, right? We're going to have to make a map that needs one of these things. Now, the reason we're getting these gaps is because we made it out of slabs. We don't have to do that. We could make it out of normal blocks. But that is amazing. Maybe we just leave it in there for fun. Nah, we're not going to do that. Okay, let's go get rid of it, and then I'll show you this other map. In fact, I'll get rid of that later. I'll show you the other map for the meantime. So we have a map coming out, which has not been released yet, but it's just a nice way of showing you what we need in the way of yeah, we could just make all the Indiana Jones films. I would do that. And so we have this lovely pirate island, and in order for us to be able to have this, I don't know if I've showed you this on one of the other streams, but in order for us to be able to have this needs to be warm ocean. So it was really important for us to have dolphins and also some tropical fish. So you can see the tropical fish there. And in order for us to do that, we had to set it to warm ocean. And so we used MCEdit. After we'd made the map, we used MCEdit to turn it into warm ocean. And that gave us our lovely Pirate Cove map. Check this guy out. This guy is my my favourite addition to the whole map. That's what they did to pirates, didn't they? They hung them in cages so that other pirates would be frightened, right? Whoa, So I'm going to stop there. But the importance of a biome, very, very, very important when you're looking at that stuff. So here's what we're going to do. Join us at 6 o'clock BST, no longer GMT, 6 o'clock BST, when Barry is going to join us and Jake is going to join us, maybe by voice, maybe just in game. Room 117, I know you like a bit of Minecraft building, you can join us too if you wish. And we're basically going to start building the infrastructure for the power systems for renewable energies on a single map. So give me a PM, you guys, and we'll take it from there. Yeah. Yes. Let's do it. Room 117. You know you want to. Come on. Join us. God, I sound like the Cybermen. And I'll see you guys in a few hours. Goodbye.